This is When You Were Everything, chapter A Warning, pages 50 to 54, I believe. Yeah, 54. And this is still the now time. Mom hands me my phone without a word Monday morning as we walk down the hallway of our apartment building. It isn't until we're outside, standing on the sidewalk where we usually part ways, that she turns to me. I got a call from Layla's mother on Friday. She's who told me about you skipping. She pulls out her phone. Just so we're clear, you're definitely grounded. But I'm working late again tonight, she says, and I need to be able to get in touch with you. I'm all giddy or happy for about 5 seconds. But when she starts walking in the same direction as me, I realize she's escorting me to school, and I pause on the sidewalk, poised or prepared to negotiate. If you keep my phone, do you still have to come with me to school? I ask, holding it out to her even though I can see a ton of missed texts and calls. She doesn't think the question is funny. I never had to worry about you skipping when you and Layla were taking the train together every day, she says under her breath, but loudly enough that I can hear her. When is that before-school program of hers going to end again? She's asking about the lie I told her to explain why I don't meet up with Layla in the morning anymore. Dunno, I say, lying more, keeping my eyes on my phone so she won't be able to tell. My mother thinks Layla is the most perfect kid alive, so she'd be devastated or really hurt if she knew I didn't have such an excellent influence in my life anymore, permanently. I take mental note of the fact that Mom doesn't mention the most obvious reason I never used to skip school, that Daddy used to be the school librarian at Chisholm before he started working in the main branch of the New York Public Library, so he'd notice right away if I was absent. She smooths a strand of her thick black hair and tucks it behind her diamond-studded ear. Then she reaches out and does the same to one of my braids. Her hair is relaxed and cut into a neat, even bob, while mine is natural, my braids fuzzy and draped all over my shoulders. She's stopped making me straighten it, but I know she'd still prefer if I did. As soon as she lowers her hand, I shake my head to get a dozen more of the braids in my face again. She sighs deeply, like in the last 10 minutes she's gotten her fill of Cleo time for the month. The feeling is mutual. For something to be mutual, it means that both people feel the same way. Mom and I have never exactly gotten along. Gigi used to be our referee, but since we lost her, we've been drifting farther and farther apart. It probably doesn't help that the year Gigi died was the same year I got my period, acne, and my first crush. The same year Mom's PR or public relations business really took off. While I cried constantly, losing it over just about everything, Mom threw herself into work. We fractured or broke, and Mom making Daddy move out in December was the final straw, or was the thing that really ended their relationship. We've been a different kind of broken ever since. Can I at least trust you to go into the building, or do I need to get off the train and walk you inside? She says as we push through the turnstile and onto the platform. There's that turnstile word again. It means the little machine you have to go through to get onto the subway. I pocket my Metro card and roll my eyes so hard I see stars. Just as I'm about to respond, her phone rings, probably saving us both from saying something we would regret. She fishes it out of her bag and says, "Naomi Bell," in a sing-song voice. She was only ever Naomi Baker on her marriage license and her passport. "No," she says into the phone in her white lady voice, as I used to call it. She sounds just a touch more proper when she's on a business call, her gerunds regaining their G's, and her Brooklyn accent ceasing to exist. A gerund is a part of speech, is walking. That walking is the gerund, and it has a G on the end. No, that is completely and absolutely unacceptable. I take out my phone and catch up on what I missed. I see Sydney's desperate messages first. Cleo, I need you. How do I Shakespeare? Where are you even? Help! They make me laugh. Next, I see one from Dom. Got your phone back yet, shorty? Right before his message, I see a name, or right below his message, I see a name I haven't seen in months. A name I thought I'd never see on my phone again. Layla. I need to talk to you. Something about the message makes me instantly angry. My temperature rises. Just as I'm well on my way to forgetting that she exists, she reinserts herself into my life with a dumb, vague, or unclear text. I'm tempted to send her something awful back, something like, well, I never want to talk to you again. But that's when my mom's voice chirps loudly right next to me, her call having ended as abruptly as it started. Abruptly means quickly. So, as I was saying, I really need you to take a more active role in your education, Cleo. You're a sophomore, and you'll be going off to college soon. But as a young black woman, everything is going to be more challenging for you. People will expect less of you just because of the way you look. So if you need me to physically walk you into that building, I will, just so you understand the gravity or importance of the situation. As a matter of fact, I'd like to know why they didn't call me about your absences. But I'm running late, and I don't think I'll get lost between the station and the 4 blocks it takes to get to school, I say darkly, thinking more about Layla than anything else. The school has been calling our landline, but I've been deleting the messages before Mom gets home. Her blood-red nails, which have been tapping away at the screen of her cell phone, freeze, and she takes a step closer to me. When I look up, her eyes are shining like the raindrop-shaped black diamonds in her earlobes. Her voice comes out low and fast. Watch your mouth, Cleo Imani. My concern is not unfounded. Unfounded means to not have good reasons behind it. I want to roll my eyes again, but I'd risk an even more embarrassing public scolding. I look left and right, but the other people on the platform aren't paying us any attention. Sometimes it feels like my whole life is playing out for whoever is close enough to see it. I know, I whisper in her direction, hoping my tone is even enough that it won't earn me a quick, stinging pop across the lips. Naomi Bell brings the same ferocity or energy to everything she does. She is not opposed to making her point by any means necessary, as a publicist or a mother. Okay then, she says. I straighten my glasses and stand beside her, wishing she were more like Gigi, wishing I could make everything about us better and nicer and easier, wishing that either I were still friends with Layla, or I could somehow make every trace of her disappear from my life forever. The platform rumbles, and we both take a step back. The train is coming, and it feels like a sign or a warning.